So, I've recently seen Wicked for Good, and by recently, I mean I got out of the theater 30 minutes ago. And here's my opinion. I didn't review part 1 because when I watched it, it was like 3 weeks after it came out, and that's late. It get no views. But I'm on time for this one. And, to be honest, I really liked it. I liked the first one as well, and I'll get into that maybe a bit quickly, but yeah. I'll talk about some natural, across the entire film things. They do a good job with acting. Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, they do well. Jeff Goldblum as the wizard is nice. Acting is good across the board. Next one is that the visuals. I know people said that the first Wicked did not look that good. I think the creator was Film Speak. He said that it looked like concrete. I'm like, it doesn't look that bad. I actually quite like the visuals in some moments. Some moments it actually looks really good. For example, I like the visuals in Defying Gravity. But yeah, this one it's a much better looking film. It's very well cinematographed. Cinematography. I don't know if that's a word. It has a great cinematography, and it's just overall a good looking film. Anyways, so to start, obviously, this is a musical, and my biggest problem with this film isn't technically to its fault. But it is a lot worse musical-wise than the first Wicked. I mean, the first Wicked had, obviously, Defying Gravity, popular. Also had No One Mourns the Wicked, One Short Day, that one where, Loathing, that song, they had good songs like that. I mean, didn't have a something bad, but, yeah. Here I can really only point to 3 songs of me actually remembering that well. Also, actually maybe 4. I liked the new one that they actually came up with, the Girl in the Bubble. I like that one. I probably won't remember it in a week, but I feel like I will remember these 3, which are wonderful. This is one of my favorite sequences. It was a really nice sequence in the film. I thought it was pretty great. Although Jeff Goldblum him and Michelle Yeoh are the 2 worst singers in the cast, because to my knowledge, they are the only 2 untrained singers, and it shows. They are definitely the worst, and it's not even close, but they still do a good job. I mean, they're not gonna, they do well enough that it's not too noticeable. But they do the worst job. But Wonderful is a very nice sequence. And other 2 are obviously No Good Deed and For Good. Although I did think For Good would be longer. Maybe because my expectations were it'd be Defying Gravity, which was, I think, the entire scene 13 minutes long. Anyways, by the way, this is a movie spoiler review. Probably should have mentioned that. Okay, first one is, in the spoilers, is that I'm just going to talk about all the twists. I think it's actually cool that they connect this to Wizard of Oz, because, of course, they have to connect to Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is one of the most iconic films of all time, and this is based off a play that's based off a novel that is technically fan fiction. It's technically fan fiction, but it's based off the original stories. Which also, I do think this is adapting the original stories, not the movie, based off the movie, because of course it's not. If it was based off the movie, these films wouldn't exist. At the end of The Wizard of Oz, it was all a dream. So we wouldn't have the film if it was based off the movie, but whatever. So it's based off, and also that I think the main reason is that they couldn't get the ruby slippers. For some rights issue, that they couldn't get the slippers to be ruby, and they had to be silver, in the books. Although, if they were doing it like the books, and a few things would be changed. For example, I think the Tin Man in the books, he actually like hunted wolves and like killed them first to like have like it's the books are kind of a bit dark to be honest, but yeah, that's besides the point. So there's that. I do like how Michelle Yeoh's character of Matt Morrible was the one to bring Dorothy to Oz. I think that's pretty cool. And obviously the big twist, well, there's two, is that obviously the wizard is Elphaba's father. I don't really know what it adds to the story, but it's cool. Like, did he have to be her father? No, not really. I guess all you could say is that it showed him that, oh, I've been chasing and defaming my daughter the entire time, makes him feel more remorseful, which maybe is what convinced him to leave. I didn't get that approach. Although, I'll get into this in a second when I talk about how they connected to the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Oh yeah, the next big twist is that Elphaba lives. Again, it's pretty cool to give her a satisfying ending. it's nice. And also I do like how Glinda also gets a satisfying ending of, I mean, it's technically left open-ended, but you can just imply that, oh, she learned how to read the Grimoire, I think that's what it's called, and is able to use magic. That's what you can get from it. That's what I got from it. But, yeah. Now, I would like to say something about its connection to Wizard of Oz. They really did not want to cast a Dorothy for this. Which, maybe the play, I haven't seen the play, so, yeah. Maybe it's the play that's like, oh, they never actually show Dorothy or any of the people in the Wizard of Oz. But I do have one problem. It would have been nice to see them try and recreate it. For example, it would be nice to try them recreate Dorothy's arrival on Oz, or them figuring out the wizard is a fake, or the there's no place like home scene. Like, these would be nice scenes to see. Again, they don't detract from the film, but they would have been nice. I feel like I've been overly critical. Let's start being nice. Hey, I really like how the film opens. I think it opens really well to set up how Elphaba has just been doing this all to help the animals. It's a good refresher if you haven't seen the film since it came out, which is me. But I do actually, maybe I should include this in the good musical numbers. I like the beginning one that is basically a reprise of everything. It has a reprise of Loathing, mainly No One Warns the Wicked. I think Dear Old Shiz has a reprise of like every song, and that's really nice. Or most of the songs, other than like Defying Gravity, Something Bad. I think Gentle or Sentimental Man, like those songs. But it's really nice to see it. And yeah, that's pretty. I like the beginning. I also quite like the ending. I think it's a nice, satisfying way how the characters. I think at some bits I was off, but in the end, I think it collected well. Anyways, I think the stick fight scene between Elphaba and Glinda was really funny. That was like, I think the only time my theater just started laughing, like they were bawling. Also, speaking of which, my theater, this is I don't know if this is a me thing, but this is probably the first movie in a long while, post-COVID, that I've seen packed theaters. Like, I'm not lying, almost every seat was taken, which is, didn't happen to me for the Minecraft movie, which I know that happened to a lot of people for a Minecraft movie, but it didn't happen to me. Didn't happen for any of the superhero or comic book films that came out this year. It didn't happen for Jurassic Park. I didn't go to Lilo and Stitch. I think the last time that I can remember it being this packed, kinda, is Wicked 1. And even then, it was less packed, although I was 3 weeks late. And I guess Deadpool and Wolverine was pretty packed. I mean, like, it got a lot of attention. This may be movie of the year and money-wise. Actually, nope, it's not beating Ne Zha 2. My bad, guys. He's not beating Ne Zha 2. That thing made $2.2 billion. Like, $2 billion of that from China. Yeah, I'm sorry, Wicked for Good. You're not beating that unless if you get, like, $30 million a day. which is the amount that they made on their premiere day, by the way. Like, they're cooked to beat Ne Zha 2. Anyways, so yeah, I also really like how Elphaba is just being Elphaba. I think she's good in the film. I think Glinda's good in the film. I think their arcs and their points are good in the film. Yeah, I do like Nessa Rose in here, although I do think she could have had a bit more. Yeah, although, aren't we supposed to like Elphaba? Why is she kidnapping Dorothy, locking her up for shoes? Just take the away. I don't think she can take. My bad. My bad. I haven't seen The Wizard in Oz in a while, but yeah. I don't really have much more to talk about, and how I do think this is a great film. I think maybe slightly inferior to the first part, mainly because the first part had better music. But yeah, I do quite like this film. I think it's really nice. The ending is very satisfying. I mean, the actors do a great job. Overall, it's just a good film. Actually, maybe a great film. I would give it like an 8.1, 8.2 out of 10. Which is probably similar to what I would give Wicked Part 1. So, yeah. Wicked for Good is pretty great. Or good, shall I say.